Hi. So a few people have asked me how I make the puppets that I do in class. And it's these types of guys. Hi. I don't have a name. Something's not quite right. Sorry. Anyway, these guys are the ones that I make. They are really fun. So I decided I'll make a video, put it out on YouTube, and then anybody can see it and make puppets with their class. I'm not going to go through all of the materials that you need. You'll see that as we go along. And it's just going to take time for me to do that, so I want to do this as quickly as possible for you guys and for me. First thing that you need, you're going to need some polar fleece. This is half a meter will do, and it needs to be folded over on top of itself. I almost made a mistake just now. There are two sides to the polar fleece. One is a good side, one is a not so, this will be on the inside. To do this, please turn it so you have the stuff you want on the inside facing out right now. Okay? So we have the polar fleece, and the other thing is that you'll notice that it is stretchy two ways. This is not stretchy. This is stretchy. Make sure you go with the stretchy side going this way. And what you need to do, you need to draw a basic puppet shape, like this guy, on the polar fleece. Now, in class, I use templates because it's just so much easier and faster, I have found. If I can, I will try to make a copy of this template and put it in PDF, and so you can have it. But really, you just have to draw a circle, a body, and two arms, and you're good to go. One thing you have to make sure is that the neck is wide enough for your hand to get through. So if you have a puppet here, don't make the neck too small. The other problem, if you're going to get kids to do this, that I found with kids, is that they make the arms way too skinny. Don't make them too skinny. You wouldn't be able to work with it. It has to be about this wide. And that's because you have to push the material inside out. And if it's too skinny, you'll never get the material inside out. This particular template, this is the biggest I would go with the head. If I am able to get the template copied somehow, you might want to go with a smaller head. This is the size that it will come out with this template. Smaller heads are really cute. So it's just a circle. Just take a plate, put whatever plate, a small plate here, and just copy it, right? Circle it. So I am going to take this, put it on the material, and then just take a Sharpie and draw around it. Okay? Now, this is the part of a video where you should have something else to watch besides me and my tracing. You know what you can watch instead of me and my tracing skills? You want a guitar solo? Here. You can watch. Oh, you back? Okay, what you just watched, that was my old band that I was in. And that was Bob playing the guitar, great guitar player. But the guitar player previous, Dan, great guitar player as well, great drummer. Anyway, he would go into, if somebody messed up in the band while we're playing a gig, he would go into that clown song. That clown song is, what's it called? Entrance of the Gladiators. So if you're wondering, Entrance of the Gladiators. Anyway, Dan would start playing it, and we would just play along with him. I think every night he would do it, or we didn't do it every night, obviously, but whenever he did it, he would do it in a different key, trying to mess us up, and we figured it out pretty quickly. We had fun. Anyway, that's another story. The puppets. Here we have our little guy. It is folded over. And all you need to do now is take it to your handy-dandy sewing machine and don't even pin it. You don't need to pin it. All you have to do is just sew right along the lines. Okay? You sew along the lines and you end up with, see how quickly I can do it? This. Through the magic of, I don't want to waste any more time for you guys watching me sew. And you don't want to watch another song by my old band. Fantastic. I love playing with them. Anyway, there it is. It's sewed. Now, the thing that you have to do now is it needs to be cut out. What you need to do when you cut this out, cut it out with scissors or whatever you're going to cut it out with. I'm going to use a razor blade just because of the speed. I wouldn't suggest, if you're going to do this with your class, don't use the blade. Do it with scissors. The big thing is don't cut it on this side, cut it on this side. I'm assuming that you can see just fine where the thread is. The reason why you should do that is that if you cut it on this side and your sewing wasn't dead on the lines, it is very easy to follow the black lines or the Sharpie lines and you'll cut right through the thread. If you cut through the thread, you got a problem. You're going to have to hand stitch and stuff like that. By the way, if you wanted to hand stitch this, you can, I suppose. I haven't done it, but it would take you a long time. So, borrow a machine, call your mother-in-law, call your father-in-law, call somebody who might have a sewing machine and sew it with the machine. It takes 10 minutes, that's it. So, you're going to cut it out. You're going to cut it out close to the thread. Please don't cut the thread. Okay, do I have another musical interlude for you? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But right now, I'm just going to cut this out. And it's very fast with a razor blade. Or whatever blade this is. It's a craft cutting knife, I suppose. Okay, so we have transformed our 1/2 meter of polar fleece. Did I mention anti-pill? Anti-pill is probably the best stuff. Anyway, 1/2 meter of polar fleece into a puppet shape, like this. Now, what we're going to do now, I'm going to make the mouth. Now the mouth, I'm just going to put this to the side for a second. What I tend to use, this is just like a for sale sign that you get at the dollar store or wherever. I like to use this plastic stuff because you can actually make a hinge, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And it's tougher than cardboard. It's going to last a bit longer and stuff like that. So let me just show you. You see that corrugated stuff? I don't know if that's going on there or not. See that, those lines there? Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut right in here, right down, and it's going to make a hinge. First, I'm just going to sort of cut this to size. Ooh. I'm not getting it right on the blade. I am new. Okay. And I'm going to go fairly large. Okay, so about here or so. I might give this guy a really big mouth. That's a big one. Okay, what I just did, I just looked to see how far across the head the mouth will go. I mean, I'm just guessing, and I'll make it about this size. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut right through like there. So here, I'll see if I can do it right in front of you. And I'm just getting one side. I'm not cutting all the way through. All the way down one thing. You got a hinge. and this will be a mouth. Yeah? Okay. Now, a mouth is not the color of this plastic. A mouth, a puppet mouth, did I cut that through? No, I didn't. A puppet mouth is black, tends to be. So I'm going to take black felt. This will do. I should have it a bit bigger. Do I have a piece? Oh yeah, I have a piece of black felt here. Here it is. This is what I'm going to put it on. I'll put it on here. I am just going to take some spray adhesive. I'll spray one side, and I'll spray one side of the black felt, and I will spray. We'll go with this side, sure. I will spray this side where the mouth is going to open, and just stick it on there. Let it get tacky and stick it on there. I don't want the spray to go everywhere, and you should do this stuff. This is quite smelly, so do it in a well-ventilated area or outside or something like that. And yeah, it's just glue, and it's smelly. Safety first, right? Right. Okay. And yeah, you don't want this overspray to go anywhere. That's why I'm doing it like this. Spray it here. Okay, I'll let it get tacky. Get tacky. So let's see. Let's just go ahead and do this. So I take the plastic, I put it right on, push it down, and it will dry just fine. Take the paper. Sorry. Okay. This will be a mouth. Okay. I use that word a lot, don't I? Okay. I must do it in the class. I wonder if I drive the kids crazy. Anyways, we're going to cut this in sort of a semicircular fashion now. You can cut it with scissors. You can cut it freehand. You can draw with a Sharpie on it. Kids tend to like to draw with a Sharpie or a draw on it to make sure that they're happy with what they have. That's fine. Is it perfect? No. So once you cut through, it will cut both sides at the same time. I am going to cut with this knife. And I'm using this one instead of this one because I can get a longer blade. That's all. And hopefully I can get all cut at the same time. Okay. Boom. Here's the mouth. Okay, so here's the mouth. The next thing that you need to do is find the place where you're going to put the mouth in said puppet. I really have to make sure that that's still recording. My monitor isn't working. I can't see what I'm recording, so I have to keep going around and checking to make sure it's recording. It is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just place the mouth in the middle, somewhere around in the middle, and then I'm going to just draw 2 dots at each corner. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can make sure that I am putting it horizontally. If it's not horizontal, your mouth is going to be skewed this way and it'll mess up the head. Might make an interesting looking puppet though. So I'm just going to put a dot there, put a dot there, and I can hold it up now and sort of see that, yeah, I've got it pretty much horizontal there, I think. Oh, wow. Can you see that? that mark went all the way through. That's going to leave a mark. I just learned this pen is too, can you see? So that's going to leave a couple of marks on this. What I'm going to do, that's the first time that's ever happened where it went through. So that's okay. You know, life goes on. I'm going to take the thing and quickly, I'm going to do it quickly this time. Hey, how are you?
Are you doing something?
I'm just making a video. Do you want to be in it?
No.
You want to say hi?
Recording?
What?
Is it recording now?
Yeah, it's recording now. Yeah. What's up?
Well, they want me to cut a hole in the back of one of those metal cabinets to put a power bar in.
Oh, you want it's right there?
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's right there. Take it.
all right.
Okay. It's good to have power tools in the school.
Always.
Always. Okay. I'm going to quickly so it doesn't bleed through to the other side. Okay. There we go. There it is. That's where we're going to cut. Now, you're going to cut here, but you're not going to cut all the way through. You're only going to cut one side. I need to find some scissors to do this. Right back. Okay. Back, and I have scissors. The scissors in the classroom, they get a bit beat up. But you know something? It's better to have beat up stuff than to have absolutely pristine stuff in the classroom. And the reason for that is if it's beat up, at least the kids are using it and it's doing what it's supposed to do. If you have it absolutely pristine, if you can keep your stuff pristine in your classroom, go for it. But anybody who's been in mine knows that my class isn't quite like that. Okay, so hold it open a tiny bit and start cutting. Cut a little hole there, and I cut the hole. I cut it right across. Come on. It does make a problem when you have to, it's not cutting. Okay, I'm just really scared about cutting all the way through. I can do this. I have the power. I don't want to go grab another pair of scissors. Probably should, but I'll just do it this way. Is there something else I can play for you guys? Here, I'll play this for you. We were playing at a bar once, and in between sets, we found a quiet room, believe it or not, in this place. This place is packed, but we found the quiet room, and Pete, Caitlin, and Bob decided to make sure that the harmonies were on for Fat Bottom Girl that we were doing in the next set. And Sean and I, Sean's a bass player, great bass player, oh my God. Anyway, they did it, and Sean happened to be recording at the time, and this is what he got. Are you gonna take me home tonight? Down beside the red firelight. Are you gonna let it all hang out, fat bottom girls? You make the rockin' world go round. Yeah, you tell me that that I wasn't lucky to be able to play with a bunch of musicians that were that good. Okay, I was extremely lucky to be able to play with them. Here we go. This is where the mouth's going to go. Mouth doesn't go in like this. The mouth has to go in after you pull this little guy inside out. So now, he's not quite inside out because his arms. That's where your finger comes in. Stick your finger there and push the arms out like so. If you find that it's too hard to push the arms out, and especially when you get down to the fingers, you might find that it's easier if you take a pencil or something and use a pencil to get the fingers out. So I'll just take my, oh, look at that. See that little dot right there? That's what I was talking about before, where it went through. It really is. I don't know how many of these puppets I've made. That's the first time that's happened, that it's gone through. So be careful about that. And so it's one arm out. One arm. Hello, it's an arm. Hi. Can I get the other arm out, please? It's time to move. There you go. It's like you're giving birth through your armpit. That would be very uncomfortable. Okay. Oh, look at that. It bled through here as well. There we go. So here we have arm, an arm, head, mouth's got to go in here. Now to put the mouth in, very technical. Hot glue. Is that glue going? Yeah. Okay. What's going to happen is that these are going to, the mouth is going to go inside, and you're going to sort of create lips with the fabric. It's going to fold over, and you're going to go, glue it on the inside of the lip right along the edge here. It's best to, the two corners, put it in so that it goes in the two corners, and then fold it around. I'm going to see if I can get closer. Okay. So I wish I had my monitor working, but it's not. I'm guessing it's going there. So you put it in. Put it over. And line up the corner with the corner of the mouth there. The corner of the mouth there. And now you can just sort of open it up and pull it. Okay. See how it's sort of made like lips? Like that? And now it's time to start gluing. And the gluing, you're going to go right in the corner, put a bit of glue there, put it down, and you're going to work your way down. Just pull this up, work it in there. You don't need much, push it down. If you put too much in, it will seep out and you'll see the glue, the hot glue. It doesn't look the greatest. I mean, it's okay. If too much gets there, you might be able to take it off right away, or you can just take a black Sharpie and put the black Sharpie on it just to cover it up. Who can notice it from 5 feet away or whatever? Okay, glue gun right in the corner. Hopefully you can see this. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue there, and I'm gonna start working around this way. And now just lay it on top, just like that. Let it set, and now I can pull it up and start working my way around. Try not to get too much. Just take it a little bit at a time, that's all. Like I said, if some sticks out, no big deal. Who cares? It's a puppet. Puppets aren't perfect. People aren't perfect. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, people aren't perfect. I think everybody needs to remember that. Okay. By the way, I do get the kids in the class. I teach, this year it's grade 4 or 5, but, so I do get them to do the hot gluing. I tell them that they will burn themselves a tiny bit, but, there's a chance. I'm very vigilant about the safety about this stuff, and I have a cup of water on their desks ready for them in case they do touch the hot glue or something. Here's our guy so far.
Dude, I can't see. Yeah, no seeing here.
Oh, you know what else?
No brain.
Little floppy head. Let's give him a skull. Now, the skull we use, I got to stick this whole thing, no. This is just upholstery foam, 1/2-inch upholstery foam. I got a lot of it because, well, I got a lot of kids in the class, and we're going to be making these puppets. But you certainly don't need to get this, that's for sure. This, I just cut a piece off, 1/2-inch upholstery foam. I don't know what the dimensions are. I don't know what, 20 centimeters by 25 or so. Where's the meter stick? So, yeah, about 20 centimeters by, oh my God, look at that, 28. I was almost dead on. Okay, what you need to do for this is that this is going to go, you're going to take this and you're going to force it into the head here, okay? Now, the problem is that this is a square thing. This is not a square thing, so I tend to cut off the corners into a round shape. It doesn't really, doesn't have to be perfect. It's not rocket surgery, so, don't. Yeah, and if the measurements, as far as the measurements for the foam is concerned, I tried making it before with 1-inch foam, and it can be done, but that's a lot of space that you're taking up on the inside, and all you need to do is have enough foam to keep its shape. You don't need to fill up the whole space. And that got really frustrating, so try not to use the 1-inch foam. But if that works for you, if that's what you got, go for it, right? Anyway, I'm going to take this, and this will be forced in here in the head, and the material is going to make it go down like that, and you're going to end up with a skull shape on the inside. Now, what I do on the back, I do cut a V back here, and the reason I do that is to give it a bit of space in the back to go together like this. I might need to even make a bigger one. Now I'll leave it like that. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work out and you need to change it, go ahead and change it. All right? So the way that you're going to do it, there's a little technique. You can put it in. I can't really show you because it's going to be inside. You sort of shove it in, and then, Mr. Hale, did it work?
It made a whole bunch of smoke.
Where was I? Oh, right. So you're going to shove it in, and then once it's up in there, you're going to try to get your fingers sort of underneath here and push it down so that this goes right up against the lip. If it doesn't, it's not going to look right. It's going to be separated, and it just won't look right. So here we go. This is very difficult for the kids to do. You're going to find if you do it in the classroom, you're going to be putting in a lot of skulls. So like I said, I just sort of shoved it in there, and now I'm going to take that front part, and you can pull on these things. You're going to have to. Come on. Maybe I made this too big. If I made too much material, I can just cut it away, right? Feels very tight in there. There we go. So I just took it. See how there is the foam. I'm pushing it with my fingers right now. And the foam is right up against the lip. And you have that nice round sort of shape.
Okay, stop messing around. Get going, buddy. I can't see.
Okay, eyes. You can use many different things for the eyes. For these guys, the easiest thing, these are just styrofoam balls. And you can get different size ones. The great thing about these is that if you mess up, you have a whole bunch more. You just need one per puppet because you just cut them in half. Other people use all sorts of things. I think about it. You have Kermit's eyes were ping pong balls cut in half. Wooden balls and spray painted white. Not quite. Anyway, really close to white. Let's put it that way. Styrofoam balls. Grover's eyes were plastic spoons. This guy here. His eyes, they look like the plastic spoon thing, but they're not. They were plastic eggs, like Easter eggs that I bought at the dollar store, and I just cut them into shape for that. You can use all sorts of things, but this is an easy one. So there is a line. If you look at these things, there's a line, cutting it right in half, making it really easy to take your knife. Where's the line gone? There it is. It'd be easy if I could find it. And just cut through. And let's see, the magical. No, not quite. Sometimes you can just pop it. If you don't cut it all the way through, you can just pop it free. But I needed to cut a bit more. There. So there's one eye, there's the other eye. They are going to go on this magical little beast. Right, well, wherever you want. You can put it here, you can put them on top, put them here, put them over there. I had one kid last year put an eye on each side, and I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought, oh boy, he put his eyes in the wrong spot. But once, you ever see Ice Age? There was that sloth character, I can't remember his name. Anyway, that's what he ended up looking like. It was so funny. It was one of the funniest things. And the really great thing, he can move his mouth any way he wanted, but the eyes stayed right there, and it was perfect. So anyway, you could do that, but I'm just going to put them up here. So again, it is with the hot glue. Put the hot glue in the center. Don't put it too close to the edge, otherwise it's going to seep out and you're going to see that glue. So, hot glue. Okay. And I want to go right about, I'm going to go on this side first. I'm going to go right about, actually I'm going to put this guy's eyes up high. I'm going to put them up here just because I feel like it. 1, 2. And I need to really hold it to make sure that the glue cools and hardens. I will edit a lot of this out. Or not. I don't know. Okay, now, this is a part that people don't realize, but the eyes on a puppet are probably the most important part because that's what makes it come alive. And what you need to do is make sure that the puppet is looking where they're talking. Now, some people look at something like this and they go, oh, we'll put the pupil here, and we'll put a pupil here. And what that's telling you is that the puppet is actually looking up to the sky, or actually in this case, he'll be looking at that way, and that he won't look alive. So what you need to do, look at the puppet, hold it away from you, look at him, and then figure out where the pupils would be if he's looking right at you. You can take a Sharpie for this, just one little boop, boop. So take a Sharpie and figure out where the pupils would be if he was looking right at you, like there and there. So you can see, I don't know if you can see that. I have a pupil there, a pupil, that's where I'm going to put the pupils. And all the pupils are black dots. Now there's all sorts of different ways to get black dots. You know those furniture or floor protectors, that little felt, self-sticky felt pads that you can put on on your furniture so it won't scratch your floor? Use those, they're fine. I have these small little foam self-adhesive dots that I could put on there. I'll put them on there and I'll show you what it looks like with this. One dot there. One dot here. Right where I put that Sharpie mark. You'll see that I'm alive. So he comes alive there. And I got this idea from Adam Kruncher. I mentioned him before. This is self-adhesive felt, and I have a punch. You can get these, well, I got these at Princess Auto. I had to really sharpen it. That's in Canada. I don't know, is it Harbor Freight in the States? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's just a place where you can buy these. It's just a punch, come in different sizes. That's what makes it nice. Sharpen it up. Now I've seen people go like this and they go bang, and they get the circle. You don't have to do that. Sharp, push it, turn. And there it is. Pop. Here's my little circle. Okay. Okay. And so I can take this. I'm going to take off one of these eyes. I'm going to put this guy on. It actually didn't turn out. I'm going too fast here and I didn't get a perfect circle. It makes a difference having a perfect circle or not. There, this is a perfect circle. The other one wasn't. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy right there. And normally I would put a bit more like a crazy glue or spray adhesive or something to really keep that pupil on, because the last thing you want is for it to pop off because the adhesive of the felt wasn't the greatest. You see the difference here? So you have different size eyes. I prefer this. You can go bigger if you want. I'm going to put on another one of those. Hey, huh, okay. So he's not done. Arms. The arms are just stuffed with stuffing, or you can get polyfill stuffing at a craft store. You can grab a pillow you don't like, rip it open and get the stuffing out of there. You can shave your cat, stick the cat fur in there. I don't know if the cat would like it too much. So here's the polyfill stuff. You can buy it at the fabric store. You can buy boatloads of it. Like, yeah. So buy this stuff, or if you shaved your cat, don't tell me, because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that, and the cat won't like it at all. Cats don't like people to start with, so you're just going to make it worse for yourself. Okay, take the polyfill, shove it in, get it up into the fingers. It doesn't have to be too tight. It doesn't have, but don't make it too soft either. So, you know, it's just, you can feel it. You can't feel it, but I can. And just go, yeah, that's good enough. That's fine. And then just fill up the fingers and the arms all the way. When you get to the middle, just leave a little space in there so you have a bit of an elbow. Okay? I'm going to actually turn off the camera and fill this up, and I'll be back after they're done. So I've stuffed the guy's arms, and one thing you can go with now, I can't move them, arm rod. I'm going to show you the arm rod on this guy. So the arm rod here, this is,
It's a simple arm.
oh, my hand's not in there right. Anyway, it's a simple arm rod. The arm rod just allows you to move the puppet's arm, obviously. Two types of puppets, really, with these things. You have arm rod puppets. That's these. Think Kermit. Believe Gonzo. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Kermit for sure. Arm rod. The other one is live hand puppet, and that would be like Fozzie Bear or Ralph the dog playing piano, that sort of stuff. This one, normally for the professional ones, they would be inserted inside, and you'd have a plate and all that sort of stuff. Too difficult, and I'm too lazy right now. And for these guys, coat hanger. That's all it is. Coat hanger. It's bent here, and you got a little 90-degree thing. Open it up. Oh, on this end. Now let's see if I can pull this off. Yeah, I can on this one. I have a dowel, drilled a little hole in it, and I would normally put some contact cement or hot glue, keep it in there, and that's your arm rod. It's bent a tiny bit now. That's okay. But what you can do instead of a dowel, just take some of this stuff, hot glue this right on here, and you get a square piece, hot glue that on, and then now you got something to hold on to down here. It works. So to put it on, all it is, go right at the wrist, put it over, squeeze, and now you have an arm rod. Okay, so your puppet is ready to use if you want to use it like that. I'm going to look at this guy again for a second. Now, you can do all sorts of things to dress him up, make him look more interesting. You could put hair on him. Ostrich feathers, really good hair, and they give movement. It's called sympathetic movement. But anyway, it gives movement when your puppet isn't moving. That will move. You can use this. I'm going to make another monster puppet with this pink fur, but you can get, if you have some of this stuff, you know, you can put that on there, and you can have a bit of hair this way, I suppose. You know, whichever way you want to do it. Yeah. Whatever, hair. The noses, if you want a nose, pom-pom is really simple. Just, when I put a pom-pom on for a nose, I tend to make one side flat with the scissors and just, boop, give them a nose like that. You get different colored pom-poms. Whatever, you make it up. You can put clothes on these guys. You can do all sorts of things. You can put a tongue on him. A tongue is simply, you take a piece of felt, red felt, you can do it this way. There's all sorts of different ways to do all sorts of different things. Cut it out. Take your Sharpie, put a little line there, and all you have to do then, if you want the tongue, just put it right in, hot glue it in there, I'm not going to hot glue it in there right now. And I can talk, yeah. Okay, there's your puppet. But don't go. I need to talk about performance for a second. Now, if you really want to see all about performance and how to really do things professionally and really great tips and patterns and all that, go see, I said it earlier, go see Adam's channel, his YouTube channel. He's the puppet guy, and he really knows what he's talking about, and it's a great channel, lots and lots and lots of information on there. But performance-wise, I will say this. When people get a puppet and they put it on their hand, they start talking like this. Either they close their hand when they are talking, or they open it really wide, like this, really wide. The problem with that is, first of all, it opens on each syllable, right? Open. Now, so get that down first, open on each syllable. Secondly, when you are talking, or when I am talking, or when any normal person, not that I'm a normal person, but whenever somebody's talking, they don't talk like this. You don't move the top part of your jaw. It's the bottom part of your jaw that moves. Hence, you got to move this bottom part of the jaw as best you can. And to do that, you don't open this way. If you curl your fingers just a tiny bit maybe, and move the bottom this way. Keep the eyes looking. Now, I can't tell, you need a monitor to really tell, but my monitor's not working right now. I can't see exactly where he's looking, but keep the eyes looking where they are talking. Like, keep eye contact is what I'm saying. Keep eye contact. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't keep eye contact. Okay? Again, remember what I talked about the eyes going on top? If you have a puppet, you know, you got to keep the eye contact on the people. So to do that, go like this. There's our puppets. There's your puppet. Have a ton of fun. It really is fun. If you're going to do it with a class, it's a lot of work. Be prepared. Get some help from either other teachers or from parents or whomever. If you're going to do it with a class, what I would suggest from other times that I've done it in the past, have the kids trace out the puppet, or you trace out the puppets, but you know, get the kids to trace out the puppets, and then either you sew them at home or just send them home with parents and they can sew them and bring them all back. Have it all pre-sewn. It's a sewing thing that will take the time, and the kids can't do that on the sewing machine, most places anyway. So yeah, get the parents to do that beforehand, bring it back in, and sew. Somebody's looking for me. I guess they're not looking for me now. There's the puppets. Have fun. I'll probably talk to you later. Bye.